YouTube and welcome to this episode of the Gunman Raw. So today we'll do some masking on this Ford Ranger here. So very straightforward job. Just two blends. We've got the two blends and a new guard there. Obviously I've already put some wet on wet primer down onto that guard. Use the slow thinner. I've been using slow thinner pretty much always in my wet on wet these days. But what I've been doing is actually doubling the reducer in that wet on wet, and man, it goes down so much nicer. I've been cranking the pressure up so I don't get any sort of like orange peel or texture in it, so just get a nice ultra thin coat of that wet on wet down. Man, it's so good. I used to kind of struggle with the wet on wet from standoffs. Every time, like, I would get dieback and bonnets were the worst. Possibly just the way I spray, but even then, like, I spoke to the paint rep last week about it, and like, he knows, like, he knew about it. He's like, oh yeah, a little bit, and it was funny when I said it to him. I'm like, I've been doubling the thinners, and he's kind of like, oh, you shouldn't really be doing that. But then I said, well, what about if I say I love your paint and I'm getting great finishes? And we didn't say anything, but I saw a little grin out the side of his face, so he's just letting me do my thing, you know. I mean, it's one of those things, like, if I'm getting good results, like, I'm doing something right. If that means I have to put a little bit more thinners into the primer, so be it. But yeah, I've been using their Extreme Clear lately for the last week, and I'm really liking it. So when I first started using it, I got a couple of little runs. Like, the first one was just a tiny little run up the top there. Barely even counts. I actually just got a thinners rag and got it off when I was unmasking the car, and then gave it a slight polish, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And then I had another one again, it was somewhere that you don't even see, so it really wasn't a big deal. It was like underneath the headlight on a bumper, so like the headlight covered it, so we just left it. But I guess that was just the you know, the adjustment period, just getting used to it, because I think it's this clear, the Extreme Clear, is a little bit thinner than what I was used to. I'll have to do a review on this Extreme Clear. I'm very impressed with it, to be honest. So I don't even have to bake my clear coat anymore. So, you know, I always do think about costs of products, and I mean, look, to be fair, this shop here, like, they're not tight asses by any means. They don't mind if you use the top products as long as you're getting good results, you know. But it doesn't stop you from being aware of, you know, costs and trying to keep it down. Yeah. It's morning tea in about 5 minutes, so we'll just do the taping down stage, and then in the next video we will be doing the base coat, and then probably another video on the clear coat. I actually need to review that Extreme Clear, so I don't know, I might even use the footage of this on that review, see how I go. I am a very busy man, but I think that's a good thing. I'm kind of looking forward to having that Tirana done. Like, I've been working on it for probably about 4 months, and starting to, like, still enjoying doing it, but it's like starting to get tiring doing all those hours, you know. I would like to have some more time to do other things, I guess, and even just relaxing. These new Ford Rangers massive, man. I swear they just keep getting bigger. If they keep getting bigger, you're just going to be driving a truck around soon. In fact, there's probably trucks that are smaller than that. Where did my masking machine go? There it is. I need a bit of paper. So this is my next job. Oh, the boss said this one or this one. I might do this one. Yeah, morning tea in 5 minutes. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of cars this size. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate them for what they are. Like, they're awesome, don't get me wrong, like really, really cool rigs, but for me and my lifestyle, I ain't got no room for one of these. Like, I don't know, like, wouldn't it be a pain in the ass getting a car park, especially, like, I mean, I live in the city, but I can imagine it being quite handy if you did live in the country, like a farm truck type thing. It'd be really good. But even then, like, the back isn't that, it's no bigger than a normal ute, nearly, you know, so it's, I mean, it's just one great big thing. It's just a big thing. My mum's got one, but she also has a Honda Jazz, so she's got a Volkswagen Amarok that she tows her caravan around in, but she never uses it. Like, she only ever uses it when they go camping or something with the caravan. So yeah, I'm happy with my little Corolla. And actually, I forgot to tell you guys, I just bought a Mercedes-Benz for my missus on the weekend. Well, we're still waiting for the paperwork to go through, and I think he's got to get a roadworthy certificate. But yeah, I bought that Benz that I've always wanted. I used to have a 1969 Benz, and I had to get rid of it because the engine shat itself. So I've always wanted to replace that car ever since I had to get rid of that. And then after looking at the used Mercedes market, those like older Benzes are really expensive now. And the I realized, geez, like the newer Benzes, they drop their price really fast, you know. That's morning tea. So yeah, so I got a 2001 C200 compressor with 120,000 kilometers on it. It's immaculate. Like, it's the entire thing's original paint. Always been garaged. It's just really, really good car. $8,000 I paid for it. So yeah, I don't know, I might do like a little raw video on it or something at a later date. I don't know, like I think I'm going to give it a ceramic coating, so might do a bit of a video on it when I've got it in the garage. But yeah, very nice car. Because I was looking at the because she's just learning to drive now, so it's going to be it's her first car, what she learns to drive in, right? I was originally looking at like a Japanese, like the used Japanese car market, and it's too inflated, man. Like, they hold their value too well. So like, you get like a 2005 Corolla with, you know, 250,000 Ks on it for the same price, which is insane, man. Like, so this thing's got half the kilometers on it. It's immaculate. And yeah, I don't know, I think that represents good value, you know what I mean? But most people are kind of scared off because they see the badge and they're like, oh no, too expensive. They don't even look at them, you know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't even look at Mercedes. But yeah, they just think, oh, you know, way expensive to service them, and if something goes wrong, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. What's the worst that can happen? Anyway, that's about it. It's morning tea, as my fellow workmate just came to tell me. I can hear my pocket buzzing too, so yeah, sorry we didn't quite get to finish it, but I think you know how this story ends. I don't like having a late smoko too, so I'm gonna go now. Rightio guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I know just a little short masking video, but it's always good to have a catch up with you guys. Until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out. How do I turn you off?